And welcome. It's that time of the week again, Monday. Since I've started this, I haven't missed one single session, Our House Mondays. This is truly where gig workers meet and get to share. This is your platform on a Monday, so whatever's on your heart, whatever suggestions you have, whatever you want to put out there, this is the platform. I will read out your message loud, and I welcome you all on a Monday. Good news. I took my first 2 private clients. Even on crutches, I got out there. I told them, listen, I can't pick up luggage, but I will gladly drive you. So I had a trip down to Orange County, and then I had a round trip, Hidden Hills, Santa Monica, and back, and made myself some good money. It felt really, really good to be behind the wheel, to get out, right? Although the foot is still in effing excruciating pain, just got to bite through it. And then when I said goodbye to the people, or I opened up the door, I got out on my crutches. I was very upfront with them. I told them I can drive again. The only thing I can't do is pick up luggage. Now, there was an Uber Eats driver shot after delivering food in Donaldson. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So if you have any news, I'm going to leave you a number. Daniel Gildner. Wait, private clients. Private clients is where it is. Watch my video tomorrow morning about private clients. It'll truly show you how to work on 3 platforms, on Uber, Lyft, and private clients. I go through the whole process in a lot of detail. What's needed, the monies, the contracts. Tomorrow morning, I share a lot. I think it's at about 9 a.m. I push that video out. So Nashville, Tennessee, an Uber Eats driver was shot after delivering food in Donaldson. Thursday night, Metro Police were called around 8 p.m. to Roma Pizza and Pasta on McCampbell Avenue. Anybody know that? Anybody eaten there? Anybody live close by there? Anybody work there during that shift? Where the victim showed up with a gunshot wound. He was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center for treatment of injuries that were not believed to be life-threatening. Thank God. Thank God. For one second, I thought, oh my God, maybe the guy died. No, he did arrive there at this Vanderbilt University Medical Center with gun wounds, but obviously not life-threatening. So Daniel Gildner says, can't do Uber or Lyft. Took the lawsuits. Fantastic. Happy to hear about that. Let me know why you can't do Uber and Lyft. Rick Nelson's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. How's your shift going so far, Rick Nelson? Has it been a long day? How many trips have you got? That's like one of the hardest workers out there. Amazing guy. According to police, the Uber Eats driver explained he delivered food to the area of Ironwood Drive and Surrey Road. Maybe if you were there around that area, maybe you saw something. He then pulled over to the side of the road. He said 2 men walked up to his vehicle, tried to open the door, then fired at least 1 gunshot at him. Why? Why? What is that going to achieve? Seriously. No arrests have been made and no suspect description was released. Anyone with information is asked to call Nashville Crime Stoppers. If you saw anything, if you overhear a story, if you hear somebody talking to someone else, 615-74-CRIME. Again, 615-74-CRIME. Again, 615-74-CRIME. If you hear anything, anyone in the Nashville area, including Greg Phelps, good friend out there who has a private limo service that I helped get off the ground. If you did see anything in that area of Donaldson, please reach out to that number, 615-74-CRIME. It's Moose is in the house. Welcome, Monday. Anybody got the Monday blues? Did you overwork it on the weekend? Did you chill out? Did you wear your masks? Did you disinfect your cars? I mean, have you guys seen the COVID numbers? They're going apeshit. They're going through the roof. So this is not over yet. Until that vaccine, Moderna has one that's like 94% accurate. Pfizer has one that's 90% accurate. Until that gets to about 300 million Americans, by let's say April next year, a lot of people sadly are still going to die in the process. A lot of people are going to get into your car. So I highly, highly, highly suggest you have a big box of these masks in your car. If a group of riders gets in and one of them doesn't have a mask, hey buddy, I can sell you a mask, but you have to wear a mask. Let's get those numbers down. Wicked Hustle Guy, WHG in the house. We are heading into another lockdown any hour now. Yeah, here in California as well. I mean, the numbers are insane. The numbers are absolutely batshit insane. Omerp13 says, I only do Uber Eats. Safer. Smart. Very smart. Right? You don't have a human in the car. You don't have somebody that can cough at you. All you have is that pizza staring at you or that hamburger. What are they going to do? They're not going to give you COVID. IQ Boy is in the house. Who has problems with Uber telling you a higher price on the app before you pick up a rider, but at the end you're getting less? I have heard that now from 3 people text me, IQ Boy. 3 people. So one of them LA, one of them I think was in the San Fran area, and then one of them was out of state. But I've heard that. Uber Bucks Philly, look who's in the house. Uber Bucks Philly guys, Chuck, I only do now when I need quick cash. Good. So you know, you got your hustle going on, you got your job going on, and you say, hey, you know what, I need some extra cash. I've got that Uber app, I've got that Lyft app. Let me jump in and make some money. I like that. Rick Nelson says, still doing Postmates for another week until enough to license and insure a car. Fantastic. And are you going to get the what? You're going to go with the regular insurance, or are you going to get the rideshare insurance, Rick? You know that the rideshare insurance is a little bit more than the regular insurance. WHG says, and by the way, the guy has an amazing channel. If you haven't subscribed to the Wicked Hustle Guy, I like his videos. I like his energy. I've been driving the speed limit and only been getting the low end of the pay estimate. Let's see. Let's see if the new yes on Prop 22 earnings have kicked in. I want to truly see when the app gets changed, what will be there and what won't be there, right? The biggest fear, the biggest question that I have, well, I don't really have fears, but the fear that I have for drivers is like, is the multiplier still going to stick around? Will people actually be able to still set their rates on the multiplier? I pray they do. And I truly pray that all the neighboring states and other cities get the multiplier, because folks, if you have not used the multiplier, let's say you're a Vegas driver, a Miami driver, or a Jersey driver, and you haven't had the privilege of using the multiplier, it is such a brilliant tool if you know how to master the game. And that is, I run the Uber and the Uber and the Lyft rider apps, see where the cars are. If there's absolutely no one in my vicinity, good. Then the multiplier, you can crank the multiplier up. If you have stiff competition around you, usually you get more data from the Lyft app. Then obviously it's not worth really cranking up the multiplier too much, maybe 1.2, 1.5. But when you're looking at let's say in LA, 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, people are heading home from restaurants. I mean, nightclubs are still not open, but they're going home, boom, suddenly a surge in demand. Obviously, events, sports arenas are not back open yet. But can you imagine in any city having the multiplier if you're sitting there at a big event like the Forum or the Staples Center or the Hollywood Bowl, right, or the Rose Garden, and you've got the multiplier, and you know it's going to go off the hook, and you know you can set it 3.5, 4, 5x and make some decent money. Teddy T is in the house. Good afternoon. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I've been out there. I did my first tres, uno, dos, tres trips. 3 trips. How much did I make? I made about $450. Not bad, just to get back in the game. But man, it was pain getting out the car. Just like, only thing I said to the one lady, I said, if you have a light bag, I can pick it up, but I truly can't put any weight on my foot. So I got the crutches there, throw the bag in the back, and off we go. It went fine. It was good, really, really good exercise for my leg on the accelerator, stopping and going through the traffic, really loosening up that leg. So it's sort of like part of my therapy. Mike Ozra is in the house. Drive dead bodies in spare time. God have mercy. I hope not. You're driving dead bodies in spare time? Well, I just wouldn't look in the back. I wouldn't open that casket. But if you're doing that, I applaud you. OMUP13 says, I only did it for the ASU BA degree. Free anyone else do this? Oh, I've heard, you must be in the Arizona area, right, Omia? Because I've heard so few people actually are awesome. Well, congratulations. That makes me happy that did you complete that degree, or are you in the process of getting that degree? Because so far, I saw one shout out by Dara Khosrowshahi. Oh, you're in Los Angeles. Okay. I saw one shout out from Dara Khosrowshahi that he said that one person in Phoenix actually got their degree through Uber. That's the first one they reported. So I want to hear some more success stories. I mean, one is not going to make me happy here. Samuel Mull says, Professor, I'm trying to do my own private tours in Texas. With the pandemic slow me down, should I take a chance? Been doing Uber for 5 years. I know Houston and Texas cities well. It's $1 per mile. So Samuel, my long and short answer to that is very simple. Houston is a great city, has a lot of wealth, a lot of wealthy people. I've helped many fleet owners get off the ground in Houston. You can check out my video tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It'll help you a lot. But what I would do is, hey, buddy.
I just found a place that's selling the PS5.
Oh, you found a place that's selling the PS5?
Yeah.
Okay, shoot me the link quickly and then I can get it.
But it's not like a store though. It's like both of my friends just got PS5s from it. It's like people that are selling it for like cheap. My friend just got PS5 for $550. So.
Okay, is that did he get the $399 one for $550 or did he get the $500 one for $550?
Well, he got the $399 one, but the guy also gave him games as well. He gave him the new PS5 games. He gave him the new Spider-Man game, and he gave him the new 2K21.
Can you send me the link, or there's no link?
It's an app.
Okay, send me the link to the app. I'm in the Our House Mondays. I'm doing the live feed right now.
Okay, very cool.
I'll call you back. Love you. Bye.
You're excited for you to say hi.
Okay, cool. Ryan says hi, everyone. Well, there we go. Say hi, Ryan.
Hey guys.
Say hi. He's too keen to get his PS5, so we trying to hunt down a PS5, right,
yeah,
Ryan?
My friend just got it, and it's crazy good.
It's crazy good. I saw Kevin the Entrepreneur. He's another YouTuber. He did a video on the new Xbox. He wasn't too chuffed, but I've heard good things about the PS5. So
yeah,
cool.
It's supposed to be good. I mean, both of my friends are getting it in like the next 20 minutes too.
Okay, I love you, dude. I'll call you back. Okay.
Love you, Dad.
Bye. Bye.
Love you so much.
So that's my youngster. He's calling me daily. Once I get that PS5, I just don't know where to get it. Abstract Echo Jimmy's in the house. He was giving a shout out to Teddy T. That's good. Anonymous Giraffe's in the house. The only provoke with the multiplier is 99% of drivers either keep it at 1x or 1.2 or 1.3, and this is causing it not to work as well as it was. Limiting typing space to elaborate. No, I hear you. I mean, what they're doing is like, if you have a lot of people just using 1.2 or 1.3, riders are going to say, screw that, I'll wait a while. Somebody's going to come along with 1.3. They're not going to take your trip at 2.0. But there are still the peak of the peak shifts, Friday and Saturday night. I mean, massive demand, and people need to get back. They're cold, they're outside, they've been drinking, they've been miserable. They just want to get home. And a lot of them pool together, get together, maybe order an XL, split the fare, and they're okay with 3.5 or 5x. It's Moose says, keep in mind if they do continue to have the multiplier, driver will have to set the multiplier by 2 times to make the low rates they paid before. Wishful thinking, they won't have multiplier. I agree with you. I mean, I say by January the 1st, that tool is gone. Willing to take some bets. Howard Johnson says, yes, they are. Rick Nelson, I'm in LA now and I've done Uber and Lyft in San Antonio before the pandemic. Yeah. You've driven both markets, California and Texas. Which one do you think, Rick? You were in San Antonio, right? Yeah. Which one treated you better? I mean, you were on the UberX platform in San Antonio, the UberX platform out here in LA. Where did you make more money per week? Obviously, living costs in San Antonio far lower. I mean, housing rent in LA or surroundings is insane, right? You've got to take that into consideration, the cost of living. Scott Tucker's in the house. Uber has been spamming me with sign the petition to change the laws in Nevada. Oh, wow. Now they're pushing their IC plus agenda, their Prop 22 agenda on the Nevada crowd. Wow. Rick Nelson says, I always use 1.5 and a lot of surges were higher. Okay, good info. Mike Osler says, Radio Man said masks don't help on C19 airborne virus. Masks do help. Don't spread misinformation here, Mike. Proven that the mask will make a huge difference. So I'm not buying that comment there on Radio Man. Who's the Radio Man? Introduce me to the Radio Man. He needs a good flat slap on the face for spreading falsehoods. Why do you think doctors and nurses put it on? Seriously. If every person in the US would wear masks, for the next 3 to 5 months, watch the numbers come down. How do you think they kept the numbers down in New Zealand, in China? Made everybody wear masks. It's not fun, but it's a difference between living and dying, period. So I get really upset when there's people out there and they're not even from the medical field, and then they're spreading such nonsense, really. Wicked Hustle Guy says, I'm low-key thinking they may keep the multiplier because the aggregate demand is making it useless. I don't see them keeping the multiplier, but okay. But I mean, that's a good argument right there. Rick Nelson says LA is better, so you compared LA and San Antonio, so making more money. Rick, at least a few $100s more per week if you compare the two cities, San Antonio and LA, or is it just $100, $200? Teddy T says masks work. I wear mine all the time. I'm outside except for eating or drinking. Correct. So you take a drink, you take it off. Get something to eat, you take it off. But for the rest of the time, if you're out shopping, if you're out in the public, if you have people in the car, this is it, baby. Mask time. Get one. If you don't have one of these suckers, get them. Yeah, they're still in denial when they're dying. If they catch it, if they get the COVID, do they then say, oh, I wish I would have worn the mask, or I wish I would have complied, or, should have just followed the very basic medical instructions? Come on, man, it's easy. Anonymous Giraffe said, did you see my previous comment? I think you didn't see it. Let me go back up. Where is Anonymous Giraffe? This is your platform today, so I'm reading out what you say. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I read the one that you said with the multiplier 1.2, 1.3x. I read that one. Did you say anything else? I read that out. Awesome Student says, DoorDash giving free initial mask. Hopefully they're giving you at least 10, a pack of 10. One mask, come on, man. They can do better than that. So Mike Osra says, I wear mine and a nurse said it's a hoax. If the nurse says it's a hoax, let her take it off in the hospital. I will guarantee you the nurse will not take her mask off in the hospital because she doesn't want to get sick. She's not going to try and be the hero and say, oh, you know what, this mask doesn't work. Doesn't work. I'm not going to wear it in the hospital. You have to. It's law. Trevor Danberg, it's obviously if you're a nurse and a doctor's law, they have to wear them, right? Trevor Dangberg, I think there's probably something to be said about what type of mask is being worn. You said worn, I'm sure. Yeah, obviously there's differences in masks, right? KN95, K95, just the regular ones. This is not even the very best. It's a good one, but it's not the very best. Some of the masks are just t-shirts, basically, I guess, not as affecting as what it's supposed to be worn. Yeah, very true. Thanks for that feedback, Trevor. Awesome Student says, no, the whole package. Oh, they give you the whole package. Good. Do they give you sanitizer as well? Do they give you, what else do they give you in that package? Wicked Hustle Guy says, especially with the hype around DoorDash's IPO. Yeah, they don't want to make any mistakes. They want a very healthy IPO. My guess is, I think the evaluation at around, what, 35 billion? I think that's what they're pushing for. But so far they got the green light. So they marching towards the IPO. And Tony Zhu and his partners are going to be very, very wealthy North Californians soon. Oh, starter pack 10. Good stuff. Mohammed Khalil's in the house. Healing. I hope you've healed. No, healing. Now I'm in therapy, slowly starting to walk. But I've taken 3 private trips already, and it felt good. They give you cleaning spray and wet wipes. Okay, good. That's a good start. That's honestly more than Uber and Lyft did in the first few months of the pandemic. They kept on promising, yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Nothing came, right? Teddy says, we saw Trump didn't wear his mask, infected his own family plus staffers, not trying to be political, just facts. Yeah, you're not being political, it's just fact, right? Countless of those staff members, we don't have to wear a mask, and, mask is for weak people. We don't have to comply. Boom, sick. I mean, I could rattle off a list from his administration that got sick by not wearing a mask. So don't be stubborn. Don't think it's a sign of weakness. Let's get through to April, May 2021, and I think the numbers will come down tremendously, especially with a combination of the Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine. I mean, it has to be stored ice cold at minus 75 degrees Celsius. Big challenge, they say. And they plan on getting about 300 million of these vaccines to people. So with a combination of getting your immune system up, with a combination of wearing masks, hopefully we can get those numbers down big time and wipe the sucker out. Robert Reenit's in the house. Vegas, viva Las Vegas. Robin's in the house. Good to see Robin. Wicked Hustle Guy says, yeah, but the delivery sector is going to be the best earner under Prop 22. The $13 per hour and 30 cents per mile will be good unless they try to include tips in that. It's not, just so we get the facts straight here, it's not $13 per hour you're making. You're getting $13 per hour on engaged trips. So you might be out there for 5 hours, and effectively maybe you're doing 3 hours of engaged trips. You're only going to be paid for those 3 hours. You're not going to be paid for the full 5 hours. So you won't be getting 5 times 13, $65. You might be getting 3 times 13, $39. It's very important to clarify that, right? Now, a lot of people out there say, oh, we're going to get the minimum wage plus the 30 cents a mile. Good luck. Green light hubs are reopening by appointment only, according to the app. Interesting. Good news, Rick Nelson. Awesome Student says, if you guys doing DoorDash and if you did not get the starter disinfectant pack, check email. WHG says, good point. Well, we're just feeding each other info. We're working here. We're working together, right? So I did mention that Uber Eats driver shot in Nashville, and then I left the number there. 61574 crime. I was also blown away. I did a video on this yesterday that, damn, I never knew that Australian rideshare was so dangerous. If we have any Australians in the house, it says Australian rideshare drivers found to be earning $12 an hour and at risk of harassment and assault. Union survey finds 17% of drivers for Uber and other services sexually harassed or assaulted by passengers. That's high. That is high, right? That's crazy, crazy high. Okay, so they want me to register. I did a video on that, so I can share the link with you. But that video was quite an eye opener. I couldn't believe that 17%. I mean, that's less than 1/5 of every trip ends up with sexual harassment or some form of assault or some form of racist remarks. Seriously, Australia? You can do better than that. You better than that. Come on now. Mike, have a great one, my friend. Now, unemployment claims double for gig workers and people self-employed in the beginning of November. Unemployment claims double for gig workers and people self-employed in the beginning of November. And that's purely data from Colorado. So that's Colorado data. The latest report from Colorado's Labor Department shows that 7,281 gig and self-employed people filed for pandemic unemployment assistance for the week ending November. So that shot up considerably. If you look at the woo, all the way up, on the way up. That's a lot. That is a lot. IQ Boy says that a gay guy tried to kiss me and put my elbow in his chest, and I thought it was too ugly for sexual harassment. Well, you can report it. I mean, that's obviously crossing the line, right? That's like invading your space, especially if you're married or you're not gay. I mean, if there's a gay driver and he enjoys it, that's another story. But that's trespassing big time. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe. Stay well, Teddy. Awesome Student says, in a perfect world, I could do 3 rides, maybe 4 each hour, $2.80. Let's say $3 per ride. 3 times 4 is $12. That must be an UberX, because you're looking at least double with XL. IQ Boy says, I handled it myself. Screw Uber support. They're probably not there for you anyway. Uber support, right? So anybody go out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, have some decent earnings? Got a message. Oh, that's the message that Nevada got. Interesting. So they're trying to push the whole, thank you, Scott, for that one. It says, help us improve independent work. In order to improve independent work for you, we need new laws from government, support from other platforms, companies, and your voice. If you support our ideas, help us by signing this petition. So that's basically says Nevada is gearing up to introduce some sort of like Proposition 22 ballot, right? I mean, and anybody else see this one? This is definitely Nevada. So they're coming there. They're coming with their new formula. Triuable says, my friend did a 5X ride that ended up visiting me and made 2,200 with the Uber pass. Geez, how many miles did they, how many miles, how many hours was that trip? That's insane. 22, never heard of that. $2,200. Hi, Mohammed. IQ says, I made $11 this Saturday. I'm rich. At $11 is going to get you far. It's going to buy you a sandwich. Less than a sandwich at Jersey Mike's. Sherelle's in the house. How are you? Good to see you. My info CLA. He says, hello. Hi, friend. I'm Nashville. Nashville in the house. Good to see you. Yep, ABC law. So they're pushing, and Dara Khosrowshahi was very, very open about this. Listen, he said, we got Prop 22 passed with overwhelming support, and now it's our intention to take this IC plus model nationwide. They made that very, very clear that they were going to do this state by state. So by them reaching out already with that type of message, right, that Scott was kind enough to send me, again, this is what Nevada drivers were getting. Help us improve independent work. In order to improve independent work for you, we need new laws from government, support from other platform companies, and your voice. If you support our ideas, help us by signing this. So they're starting early. They're smart. I mean, they're starting early. They're gathering signatures. And then at some point, they will want to force a sort of a Proposition 22-like law on Nevada, on Florida, on Texas. Because they saw it works in California. John B. Cheesecake in the house. Pass one over. I'm ready. Super hungry. Dara should be careful of what he asks. It could backfire on his ass. I agree. Trevor Dangbook says best ride last week was $74.98, 35 minutes, 30 miles, 2.3x plus driver pass, UberX. Oh, it was on UberX. That's good. Robin Reneth, Uber gave me $85 bonus for 30 rides for weekend, Quest UberX. Signed up for Uber Pets. Guess they're not doing Uber Medic. They took it off my app. Interesting. Payment Ali, we don't need any new laws in Nevada. Thank you very much. And I wonder if you got this a message as well, Payment. If Robin got it. I mean, you guys are all Vegas drivers. So they're trying to get new laws going. It worked in California for them. So now they're going to try and shove it on the drivers in Nevada. I say, hey, stay out of our business. But starting to email drivers now already, just right after they've won Proposition 22 and trying to get signatures already. I mean, that's a pretty aggressive tactic right there. It shows that they really, really intend to push that Prop 22-like model on all states. A Payment says, screw Uber, I haven't opened that app in months. Good for you. Good for you. Trey Ubel says it was a unicorn ride in California, 394 miles, 6 hours. That's impressive. I mean, you know, guy obviously didn't want to get into an airplane because that would have taken him 1 hour. That trip would have taken him 1 hour and ends up paying $2,200. That's big. Send me a screenshot. I want the proof of that one. Tell the person I want to see a screenshot of that. Robin says, I agree, Payment. Yeah, well, you Vegas drivers, you protect your turf there. Whatever we can do to support Nevada to protect their turf. Or are Uber and Lyft going to bully their way into Nevada, bully their way into Florida and other states like they did in here in California? For them, it's all a question of money, right? So we got to stand in solidarity and support with our brothers and sisters in Nevada. No other way. Uber wants to get the petition out as soon as possible before the drivers in other states learn the real truth about California. Good one. You know, my guess is that's a very, very good point you brought up there, right? So if California drivers now have to switch over to this new app that they're going to be bringing out probably January the 1st, their new conditions, their new, you know, Prop 22 laws, it's going to be a whole new set of earnings, right? They've told us what you're going to earn, 30 cents per mile, minimum wage only for engaged hours. So according to Jimmy, and I think this is spot on, if and when that kicks in here in California and California drivers start to report about their earnings, all they have to do is say, listen, I'm making less under the new Uber model than I did a couple of months ago, prior to the Proposition 22 ballot, right? I'm just saying this out loud here, if you are making less money in January because they switch over to their new rates and the word gets out, and the word will get out quickly through this channel, through Facebook, through Twitter, everybody's going to share their earnings, say it's great, or nay, it's bad. Then the other states are going to say, stay away. Just stay away. Don't bring us that California nonsense, right? Don't bring us those silly California rates, 30 cents per mile. But okay, we shall see. The verdict's still out there. We're going to have to find out what's going to happen in January. Scott Tucker says, well, that's why I sent the pic to Torsten to get the word out in social media. Cool. And very good point. So I need to make a video on this, which I will. I'll make a video on this tomorrow, because this is, we obviously seeing that their intentions are clear. They are already emailing Nevada drivers, hey, sign up. Sign up. So I'm going to put that, send that as a reminder to make a video. It was my Scott Tucker recommendation. Thank you. Robin says, I can't wait to see how the favorite driver thing works out in Las Vegas. Can you imagine? If it plays out the way I think it will, I think if you take advantage of it and you educate riders early, I think you can set yourself up a lot of repeat clients, and then, like I say, transition them to your private company down the line. Don't be shy. Work those scheduled trips as your favorite driver. And let's say 6-12 months down the line, for some stupid reason, and this happens all the time, for some dumb, idiotic reason, they deactivate you. At that point, you've built up all those relationships because you've been put down as the favorite driver. Make sure that they get your business cards. Make sure that they have your phone number. And if they can't suddenly book you through the app anymore and say, hey, why can't I choose you as my favorite driver? You could say, Uber deactivates you for the silliest of reason. I mean, you know that I'm a 5-star driver. If you want me to drive you privately, I'll gladly do that. I would jump on that if they were to deactivate me, right? If you've built up a lot of clients through the favorite driver option, and for some stupid reason, one false report, you get deactivated, immediately reach out to all of those scheduled clients that have you down as their favorite driver and say, by the way, I'm available to give you private trips. Here's the reason why. Uber went and deactivated me over one false report, right? And they know you. They know you're a 5-star driver. They won't question that, right? Wicked Hustle Guy says, we have to make it more costly than California. If we can't win, we can't bleed them out. Now, I had a very, very interesting conversation with a big group. They have 3,500 members in New York City. They wanted to work together. It always helps to power up, right, social media-wise. And going back to that statement, we have to make it more costly than California. If we can't win, we can't bleed them out. Only way you take on Uber and Lyft is if you use the formula death by 1,000 cuts. What am I talking about? That means all the states take on Uber and Lyft, right? And pound them and pound them and pound them in social media. Turn around to the politicians, turn around to the senators, turn around to the congressmen and say, hey, Uber's trying these California shenanigans on us here in Nevada. All the states have to gang up, right? So if they want to start fighting a fight, they suddenly have to be in 50, 50 or 49, because they won California, but they have to be in 49 different boxing arenas. So you got to spread the battle out. You can't just fight them in onesies and twosies like California, New York. Well, they got the money, they'll muscle you out. Collective effort by all of the states. And the only way that will happen if there's an umbrella organization that stands up for all the drivers and has a very well coordinated campaign and reaches out and says, this is how many members we have, dear politician, dear senator, dear congressman, you put your weight behind us and make sure that Uber and Lyft don't pull this BS, this California BS in our state. Otherwise, you get voted out, right? And if this is not a coordinated effort by the other 49 states, we're never, ever going to win. Never. So, good point there. Awesome student said, start preparing, start informing the passengers, right? If they are going after you fast and furiously, right, by now aggressively trying to market their new way, which they got their way in California, now they're trying to impose those new laws on you in all these other states. I love the idea. Start educating the passengers early in your state. And we will have so much data. We will have so much to talk about the moment they bring out these new rates in California. And I don't think drivers are going to be happy. And the moment that news spreads, unhappy drivers not happy with their earnings because of this Prop 22 that they got, then the other states are going to say, heck no, no way. There's no way you're going to bring that law, those shenanigans to our state. And the sooner you start educating the passengers, right? They're already doing it. They're reaching out to you. So what's stopping you from starting to educate the passengers? I like that. People are so naive. Passenger told me, oh, I thought drivers wanted independent. Well, if you were truly independent and you could set your own rates, I don't think that people would complain, right? But you're not a true independent contractor. You're not treated as one by Uber and Lyft. Awesome student says, last week, $1,700, 140 rides, 68 hours. Those are heavy hours. 1,000 was regular, 700 was the bonus. Now this week, no bonus, so I'm not driving. So the $700, correct me if I'm wrong. How was that paid out? They paid you out a one-time $700, or did you get multiple little bonuses? How did you get to that $1,700? Ultra testosterone in the house. Yes, we brawlers. You and I will brawl them, no problem. A good Uber street battle. I would love to. I would love to, like a pay-per-view, climb in the ring with John Zimmer, Logan Green, and Dara Khosrowshahi. One driver on the one side, 3 executives in the other ring corner. Oh my God. That would make an excellent pay-per-view. Can somebody organize that? Massive Two Shits says, yo, why did you call yourself Massive Two Shits? How did you get that name? How did you get that name? You don't care two shits about anything? Or you take 2 massive shits a day? I'm very curious how you got to that name. Who would win a fight between Daracon, bro. Massachusetts in the house. Shout out. Where in Massachusetts? Are you in beautiful Boston? Where are you? Man, we got to organize. Like they didn't have the fight between 2 YouTubers. Wasn't that like an organized pay-per-view type of thing? We got to make that happen, man. Pay-per-view. Drivers versus executives. Get a ring. Chelsea, Massachusetts. Shout out to Chelsea, Massachusetts. We'll get, and you guys, who's fighting soon? Mike Tyson. Old 50-plus Mike Tyson is fighting that guy. What's his name? Roy IQ Boy says, I would listen. If we can't organize a pay-per-view, then at least we should invite John Zimmer, Logan Green, Dara, and they can all wear their trunks and they can all have their gloves on, and they can use any technique. We'll just say any technique goes, right? Mixed martial arts, why not, right? We'll have 3 in the one corner, and then we can decide who are the 3 drivers in the other corner. Or do we just go 1 driver and 3 execs? If we can't get a pay-per-view, at least let's get them to agree that we do a free brawl, a free fight. Would be fun, would be fun. I am sure that at least 5 million drivers worldwide, Australia, South Africa, Europe, all this, everyone would tune in on YouTube for that battle. Maybe we should write them a letter that we want to do a gig brawl. Why don't we call it #Gig Brawl? #Gig Brawl. I think that would be amazing. Now, if we can get a pay-per-view, would be fantastic. We get some sponsor behind it. Get a venue in Vegas or in LA. I've got a great venue that we could get free of charge in LA and Santa Monica at the Wild Card Gym or at the Wild Card in Hollywood. I could get that venue from Freddie Roach. I know him. So that would be the venue. Unless we want to do it like we can get a sponsor, Vegas, maybe Scott or so can get a Vegas sponsor out there. But we got to organize a brawl between the executives of the gig companies and drivers. All rules, everything goes. Yeah, no, that's I like Scott's thinking. Would you have the finishing move, the South African slap? That's called the push clap. No, that's the opening move. The finishing move is going to be way more painful. Got to maybe break the joint. We've got to do something that they tap out and that they scream and yell, "Ah! Ah!" That's not enough. That yes, to put them on the ground, but then we have to use other techniques. Right? Robin's going to organize this. I can see Robin's going to find us some boxing ring, maybe at the MGM. But we got to put this together. A gig brawl. Drivers challenge executives. Drivers challenge executives. Yes, pop the capsule in the elbow. That's it. That's my style, Jimmy. They got to at least go through 3 or 4 months of healing after the fight, so that they don't forget. They don't forget the big organized gig brawl. They always reminded, right? Always reminded about that capsule being popped. So yeah, we got to organize this. Lock them up, or lock them up. So I don't want to lock them up. I don't want to give them any luck. John B says lock them up. So we lock them up. Maybe a cage. Maybe we do a cage brawl, cage fight, and then after they tap out or they KO'd in the corner, we just lock the cage and we just throw in some food. That's it. We leave them there, Viking style. It'll be sold out, no doubt about it. Anybody that can put that together, gig brawl, pay-per-view, money, right? You get that guy from UFC on board. I mean, he's a billionaire, right? You know what's his name? Is it Dana White? Dara comes from the mean streets of Tehran. Listen, Dara's family ran, and Dara ran from the streets of Tehran, right? His motto is, I ran from Tehran. It's not, I stayed on the streets of Tehran. His motto is, I ran as fast as I could from Tehran. So there's no street fighter in Dara, I can tell you that. Absolutely not. Mohammed Khalil says, how about you fight Dara and John and you get your arm stuck in Dara's suit, hacker and punch, have them knock out each other like the Three Stooges. I'm open to all ideas, but listen, I know we're getting a little bit carried away and a little bit crazy, but wouldn't you agree with me that if that could be organized on YouTube, right, like a live pay-per-view or on some channel, it would sell out. It would sell out because everyone worldwide knows Uber and Lyft. And if you advertise this correctly, every rider would tune in, every driver would, because they want to see who wins. The hard workers, the workforce who actually go out and make the money, or those fat cat executives. That's how you market this, the Gig Brawl. Hashtag Gig Brawl. It would sell out. I mean, it would be the easiest thing to market. You see Mike Tyson working it through Facebook every single week. He's marketing his fight, and he's doing a fairly good job, and people will tune in, right? But they will tune in for the love of Mike Tyson or the love of the other fighter. They'll tune in. But this is easily marketed, and YouTube should be our sponsor. YouTube should be the platform and charge a small little fee. Small little fee, $4.99, Gig Brawl. Maybe you have like an evening of fights. You have this executive against a Massachusetts driver. You have outlaw fighting. I was going to say Travis Kalanick, but he's gone. Tony Zhu. You have outlaw versus Tony Zhu on the card. You have Rideshare Professor versus Derek Kay on the card. You have Muhammad Khalil, or you have Robin versus Katie Weitzman, the attorney. You have Robin get into the ring and we'll shout, Robin. She climbs into the ring with Katie Weitzman, and we have everything goes. MMA rules. We get Dana White on board, we get YouTube on board, we get MGM on board. Money. Derek can train with top MMA fighters. Sure, let him go, whatever they can teach him. He's got the money, let him get the best trainers. It's either in your DNA or it's not in your DNA. We'll find out fast, right? And then how long can Dara train? Well, let's be fair. Let's give Dara 3 months. Let's give Dara a full 3 months to prepare, right? The guy that I will spend time with in the gym, one of my best friends, is, you can look him up, from South Africa. They say he's going to fight Terence Crawford next. Chris Van Heerden. He helped train Conor McGregor for the Mayweather fight. He prepared Canelo Alvarez for several fights. My trainer is Chris Van Heerden. That's who's going to keep me fit for 3 months. Then Dara can spend his money, spend a few $100,000, and get himself a good trainer. But we're going to have a whole lineup. Robin's on the ticket. Robin's going to fight Katie Weitzman, the attorney, the head attorney from Uber. I know that Logan Green and John Zimmer are going to be on the ticket. Oh, Tony West. Teddy T from Philadelphia. It's Teddy T versus Tony West. Teddy T versus Tony West. You got Robin Greenearth versus Katie Weitzman. We got what 5? Derek can be trained. Anderson Silva is done. His career is over. He lost that lot. You saw his last fight, right? He's done. He's old, and he really got hurt in that last fight. Now maybe Dara flies Khabib in. Dara flies Khabib in for 3 months training. Maybe Khabib could teach him a couple of tricks. But ultra testosterone is on the ticket. Ultra, let me get a ultra testosterone testosterone. Who's he going to battle? You're on that ticket, dude. Can't get out of it. Versus we don't have Travis Kalanick in there. Who can be? Let me find someone. Ultra testosterone against Nelson Chai. He's on the ticket. Ultra testosterone versus Nelson Chai. These are two that I want to throw in my bout. Pia Dimitri. We need we'll have Abstract Echo versus Pia Dimitri. And then we'll have Park Road Run versus Andrew McDonald. And we will have Dustin versus Eric Mayhofer. Hashtag Gig Brawl 2021 at MGM. Pay-per-view, and then YouTube is sponsored. There we go. It's a little bit of fun, right? We got to switch off, right? We've got to have a little bit of fun, right? We've got to let our imagination, we've got to let our creativity go wild. We have to. You have a hard week. Guy's been working 68 hours. Drive this street, that street, that street, that street. Mask on, sanitize, mask on. You need to switch off. That's why we created Our House Mondays. Just switch off. You just switch off for 1 hour, right? Just escape for 1 hour. Meet people, talk, have fun. Abshireko says first degree black belt in Kenpo Karate, second degree in Kung Fu, fourth degree black belt in Shaolin Kung. Okay, cool. So that's it, Jimmy. You win that one hands down against, who's your opponent? Who's Jimmy's opponent? Who's Jimmy's opponent? Didn't I give you on? Are you not on the ticket, Jimmy? You're on the ticket. Oh, Abstract Echo versus Pia Dimitri Gore. And we can decide who the headliner is. And then we'll get that referee. Are you ready to rumble? And in the right corner, Abstract Jimmy versus Pia Dimitri Gore. That's it. We'll have some fun. Nerds of P. What's up, buddy? NOP in the house. You had me on the ticket. Mohammed. Dude, I'll put you on the ticket. Haven't I put you on the ticket yet? I got Mohammed Khalil versus, I'm going to tell you who I'm choosing as your opponent. You can look him up. I'm putting you against Sandeep Jain versus Sandeep Jain. You're on the ticket, dude. You're on the ticket. Start training. Any other lady in the house besides Robin? Sherelle. We've got Sherelle. Sherelle versus Sherelle on the ticket. And Sherelle will be She will be Sherelle versus Jill Hazelbaker. That's also official on the ticket. They're on the ticket. Just say, put me in, coach. I'm ready to. Tris wants to go in. Tris is on the ticket. I'll put you on the ticket. Tris is on the ticket. Tris versus, I'm going to look you up. I'm going to get you a good opponent. I'm going to see. We'll have Tris versus Izar Lipkovitz, one of the executives. Izar Lipkovitz. Chris is on the ticket. He's going to whoop someone's butt. It's going to be a big day. It's going to be an entire day. So people can tune in pay-per-view throughout the day. You can come in at 10 o'clock in the morning. It goes all the way through from 10 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night. Real drivers versus executives at Gig Brawl 2021. Yes, we are. We had to have a little bit of fun. Now, on a more serious note, again, I just want to please ask Nashville drivers to keep their eyes and ears open. An Uber Eats driver was shot. If they hear anything, see anything, loose lips sink ships. So maybe you got a guy in a pub talking to someone else. You're at the neighboring table. You overhear it. Nashville Crime Stoppers, they want you to call them at 615-74-CRIME. 615-74-CRIME. There's the number. Right? Because they don't have no arrests. They don't have the suspect yet. So it's important that people just keep their eyes and ears open. And that's on a more... Sherelle says, I could challenge Jill to a sit-ups contest. Yeah. There it is, 614-74-CRIME. Thank you, Wicked Hustle guy. That's important. Right? The shares, oh my God, have you guys seen what's happening to their shares? Whew. They're hovering just under $50, right? The lowest it went down to was $14. You bought in at $14 and you just ride it out. Oh, thank you, Wicked Hustle guy. Look at that. Look at that. That comes after them announcing, I don't know how you feel about this, but why is Uber offloading its self-driving unit? Okay, sure, they're not making money, they're burning money, but isn't this where Darrell wanted to go? Isn't this where they were pushing the company towards? Why are they trying to offload their self-driving unit? And a combination of, the vaccine obviously was announced, that pushed the stocks up a lot. Uber winning Proposition 22 pushed the stocks up a lot, tremendous amount, also Lyft. But then I also noticed another jump up just after they announced they're offloading their self-driving unit. They have a potential buyer called Aurora. What does Uber have after they offload their self-driving unit? Waymo is going to kick their butt. Tesla is going to kick their butt. Aurora is going to... What does Uber truly have going for itself, besides Uber Eats, which is doing very, very well, if they get rid of their self-driving unit? What is there to look forward to for the financial world? Because every month, every quarter, they just loss after loss after loss after loss with both Uber Ride and Uber Eats, loss after loss. I thought that Wall Street or the financial world was saying, okay, we'll buy in $20, $15, $30, and with the hopes that one day they have this self-driving unit. I mean, drivers should be relieved. Drivers should breathe after this. I mean, their self-driving unit is gone. Or do they then later down the line intend to partner with some self-driving unit, say, hey, we have the platform, you have the technology, let's create a new marriage. But for now, they are literally offloading. It's on every single news outlet. If you go and look at Uber News, all they're talking about, article by article, newspaper by newspaper, they're talking about Uber offloading their self-driving unit. What do you have after you offload it? I think that's a legitimate question, isn't it? Uber might sell the drivers next. That's a funny one. They're waiting to see how COVID lockdown 2.0 affects delivery services. Well, if they have a COVID lockdown, surely delivery services should go through the roof, right? Surely. Love and light, good to see you. Sending you love and light. How's everyone doing today? Fabulous. Sherelle says, I think self-driving cars are a long... Yes, I completely agree with Sherelle. They're a long, long way off. But what do you have? You Uber, you have an app, you have millions of drivers, you have millions and millions and millions of riders. And what I thought they were working towards one day, one fine day, was self-driving cars. But no, hey, we need the money. We're not making money here. Let's offload our self-driving unit. I think it's called ATG. They want to sell it to Aurora. Robin says a ride that costs $11 in Las Vegas for the rider equals $5 for driver, including tip. Uber gets $5.19. So that's great math there, because basically what you're saying is they're getting over 50%. Sounds like they're getting between 50 to 55%. Does that sound fairly accurate, Robin? That's a lot, right? And that's why you guys should watch my video tomorrow at 9 a.m. because the goal is to put 100% in your pocket. The goal is to make you a true independent contractor. All right, my friends, we're on 1 hour, 10 minutes. I had a good time. I had a good laugh. Thanks to you guys. Thanks for your energy. Thanks for your input, your suggestions today. And, yes, we went off on a slight tangent with our Gig Brawl idea, but we got to be able to have a little bit of fun. We got to be able to laugh. We got to be able to escape, even if it's just for 30 minutes, and have some fun, right? We're human beings after all. Scott says, well, I sold cars for 16 years. They will sell self-driving cars to the well-to-do people first to make back their money. Also true. Very true. We had a fun tangent today, as Jimmy said. Thank you. And good to see you guys. Keep the energy up. Light up the room with a lot of light. Sherelle, I know that you always put those beautiful emojis out there. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up. I like those. Robin's already going to, all those people that are on the ticket, you got 3 months to train. And then we're in, so we got December, January, February 2021. We want to do the pay-per-view, the Gig Brawl. And maybe we send the letters out to the executives and say, listen, we got the people lined up. Do you want to sign the contract? Let's do it. Let's get some major company involved on a pay-per-view, right? And, if one of the execs wins a fight, great. They have prize money. We will work out a healthy combination that the pay-per-view dollars will get distributed towards all the drivers worldwide. Listen, if we can bring in $100 million, right, through pay-per-view, and we have $5 million, that's $20 in every driver's bank account. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. or even better, we give it to a charity. We give it to charities that are against senior abuse, child abuse, animal abuse, help with drug-related charities that help people, give people aid. I mean, we can raise $100 million. Gig Brawl, gigbrawl.com. Husband abuse. Husband abuse. Husband abuse. Abstract Echo Impressions, Karen in the house. Good to see you. You're coming in as we're leaving. So we're on 1 hour, 10 minutes. I had a good time. Happy Monday. Oh, you going to Reuben? I'm going to be down there tomorrow, Sherelle. I got to pick up a new windscreen for my 55 Bel Air, a new rubber. I'm going to put in a new tinted light blue windscreen, a new one. So I'll be in the sort of the lunchtime onwards. I'll be down in Long Beach. It's all good, Karen. We'll meet next Monday. Thank you, Tris. We'll raise money for disabled children, for cancer, kids that have cancer. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Sure, that would be good. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing Monday. Disinfect those cars. Please get the word out. And I want to get to 2021 with all of you. Much love. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you.